Okay, we just arrived we took the train from Lucca. We're doing a day trip to Pisa. I forget, what is it we're going to see in Pisa?
Some sort of tower or something.
Yeah, some sort of thing. Who knows? But so we took the train to Pisa San station, which if you continued on the train, then you can go to Pisa Centrale. So we're coming here because this is the closest to that thing we're going to see. But then on the way back, I think we're planning on getting on at Centrale so that we can actually take a walk through the town, maybe, and check it out. We'll see how ambitious we are.
Right, according to the map, accordingly, it's 8 minutes walk supposedly from here to that thing, and from Centrale it's about 25 minutes. So.
Right, so we'll kind of show a little bit as we walk and see if it really is, because we were here once before, like 3 years ago we came to Pisa, but we took the bus and the bus just dropped you off right there at the field of, what is it, dreams? Miracles? Whatever.
Miracles. And some of the reviews of this train station were pretty bad. They made it sound kind of scary, but it's totally fine.
So
no
far,
problem.
I'm not feeling too scared.
I'm not scared at all. Okay.
Okay.
Onward.
All right, let's go. In the streets.
So here we are at the Campo di Miracoli, and you know, they might say it's a tourist trap and all that, but it's a really cool tourist trap.
Yes. It's always pretty amazing. You walk through there, always. I've only been once before, but I'll say I felt the same way this time. Came through the gates, and it's really...
It's amazing. It's a miracle.
So,
It's beautiful, beautiful.
We're going to walk around now.
Let's take a look.
The grand buildings of the Piazza dei Miracoli, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, symbolize the stages of human life. The baptistry represents birth, the Cathedral of Santa Maria Assunta and its bell tower, life, and the Campo Santo Cemetery, of course, alludes to death. What we love about the piazza is the visual openness. In the past, the four monuments were surrounded by many other buildings, but these were knocked down at the end of the 19th century to give the Campo its present look.
Wow, super impressive. There's the baptistry behind us.
This is an impromptu trip. We seriously decided just this morning to come. So we didn't get tickets to go in to any of the buildings. So I think you have to book in advance. Or if you get here, you might have to wait a few hours before you can get in. So we're not doing that, but we're gonna just walk around and enjoy everything.
We're on the outside looking in. Pretty good view, as usual. It's a great view.
Yeah.
Dedicated to St. John, he's perched on top. This is the largest baptistry in Italy. I think the rounded shape and scroll work make it the most beautiful building in the Campo. Construction was completed in the 14th century. At 55 meters, it's a little taller than the Leaning Tower. The cathedral was the first building in the Campo, and for almost a century, it was the biggest cathedral in Europe. Construction began in the early 11th century and finished in the 13th century. And if you've ever been to Lucca, the blind arches may remind you of San Michele.
Well, well, well. I'm beginning to detect a theme. Once again, €1 each to go to the bathroom.
You gotta pay to pee around here.
Just doesn't seem fair.
Looks like they're raking it in pretty good, though. Nice big line over there.
Yeah, well,
Electronic payments only, so you can't even, you have to have a credit card to go pee here. Well, there you are.
there it is.
You have to do this shot.
Right.
Wow, it is the most famous engineering screw-up ever.
Yeah, a little bit of a mistake.
Just think, if it was straight up and down, nobody would give a rat's ass about this thing.
Well, no, it's still.
No, it's very nice.
Yeah, it would be okay. Just a nice straight round building, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know, but
cool.
it's nice to see.
Excellent.
Although not connected, this is the cathedral bell tower. Construction began in 1173. After 3 stories were built, the tower, built on a floodplain, was sinking, and construction was stopped. Then, 100 years later, they added 4 more stories and tried to compensate for the tilt. It didn't work. Finally, the tower was completed in 1372. And even if it didn't lean, it would still be a remarkable bell tower.
Okay, now for some high entertainment value, human behavior.
Right, now I remember the last time we were here, how entertaining it was watching all the stunt photos. So do you remember, I'm not seeing this now, but there were people who bought an ice cream, ice cream with a cone with no ice cream on top. And they would hold, I was mocking it, they would hold the ice cream cone strategically to look like they were having a cone with the leaning tower on top, but I'm not seeing that. Maybe we should try to revive that.
To get a trend going.
It's actually very entertaining. It's the cheap seats here are very entertaining.
Oh yeah, yeah. Far more interesting than those architectural marvels back there. Love it, love it. Classic.
Behind us is the Arno River. So Pisa is a relatively big city. I think it's just under 100,000 population.
Yes, there's a large university here and hospitals, and there's an airport.
Airport, which has good connections to a lot of places. We've flown out of there a couple of times.
There's an IKEA.
Yeah, there's an IKEA. That's awesome. So, it's really, if you have a chance, if you come here, it's nice if you can walk around and really get a feel for the city. And there was a museum that we wanted to go to, but we're here on a Sunday, so it was actually closed early, and it's not open tomorrow. So, but our point is there's a lot more to see other than that thing.
You pointed to my head.
Oh, well, yeah, there's definitely a lot more to see than that.
Yeah, over that way. We are now at Pisa Centrale station, the train station, the main train station in Pisa.
Right. So, like we said, we got off at the other train station. Now I forgot the name already. Rosani, something like that.
Yeah, something.
Yeah. Anyway, and so what's nice is then we were very close to the main attractions, but then leaving out of Centrale gave us a chance to actually walk through Pisa and get a look at the
rest of the town. It worked out really good. Yep. So from Lucca, we went to that other station that we don't remember the name of, which is right next to the famous attractions.
Yeah, it's
and
about
then
30
we walked.
minutes.
Yeah, and then we walked all the way through Pisa down here to the central station.
Right. So it's nice way to kind of see the city. And again, this was just kind of a last-minute trip, and we aren't spending a whole lot of time here, but you could definitely spend a whole day doing a lot more than just seeing the tower and all that. But,
Surprisingly good planning, considering it's us doing this today.
Yeah, I know. And so ends another episode of Colleen and Gary Go Somewhere and Do Something.
Visit somewhere that's closed.
Yes. Yeah. Next time, we'll see the museum.
Onward.
Mhm.